Let's jump into the training mode,
which is where I need to spend some time.
I'm tweaking out right now. Like seriously, I'm like I can't believe there's hitboxes and frame data right in. Like I want to see it all.
So, I mean, in that 32 lessons as he's setting up right now, it's not just 32 straight objectives that you need to do. Within those, categories, there are different levels of that. So, expect to hang in each one of those missions or modes or whatever you want to call it, like for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
So that this way, if you went into learning about hitboxes, you're going to leave understanding about hitboxes.
Yeah. No, like playing Street Fighter 4 when that finally came out, I just stayed in training and like went through all that stuff and kind of learned a few characters, and then you build upon that after you get your basics. Yeah.
So here, let me take you through some of these options.
Sure. I want to give a shout out to your sound designer first. Just going up and down in the menu plays like the do 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 do. That is awesome.
Yeah. Good job. And for all those people out there who like to make menu music, I know I'm one of them. I totally do that. Pisses off my girlfriend to no end.
So these are the sort of starting dummy options. One of the coolest features here is you can set them to combo break on only heavies, mediums, or lights, or random. Like I noticed, Vince, you were leaning on heavies.
I was leaning on heavies before, yeah, I was.
So what you could do is turn this on heavies and then play, and then, anytime you do it, you'll get broken and you'll quickly learn, okay, don't do that. So cool little quick option. Turn this back off. So here's where the real meat comes in. So the display combo state, which we showed earlier, but the feature everyone's talking about is display hitboxes.
I can feel the grin.
I'm just like...
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
So there's a lot to look at, and I think in the actual training mode you go through, but Dave can tell you right now.
In the training mode, we go through what each of these boxes mean and how they work. But the key ones for the beginning players are the green outlines around the characters. Those are the vulnerable boxes.
Right, those are hurt boxes. Yep. Those are hittable boxes.
And when a red attack volume hits the green volume, you're going to score a hit.
Right. Boom. The red is the hit. Red is the hit. Green is the hurt.
Yep. So.
And what's the yellow theoretically?
So the yellow is what we would call the character capsule. So whenever those two touch, you'll see I start to push the character.
Okay.
And that determines like when you're going to cross up and not cross up.
Oh, okay. So. Wow, you even have that. That's most. Very few fighting games have any kind of hitbox information in them, but even the ones that do, it's usually just the hurt and the hit. You don't really see like where your character is and where it's like if it's going to cross up or not.
Have you guys ever seen anything like this in any other fighting games? I mean, I haven't seen it before.
I mean, the only other one that I've seen was what Vincent had mentioned earlier with
the Vita version of Marvel. There have been one or two other games that have had modes where you can turn on.
To give out a
Skullgirls had
shout out
well.
to Z.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Skullgirls. But this is the first time I've seen it where it shows the core and whether it's going to cross up or whether it's not.
Another cool one here. So you see the blue outline around the yellow. That's the throw vulnerable, and this is the throw active. So you see it's different colors. When those two connect, you get a throw.
That is exceptional.
And you'll see there's a shadow move. We all know the shadow wind kick is throw and vulnerable.
Right.
How do you make that happen as a programmer? If you want to geek out, you just turn the blue box off so you can't be thrown. So you can go through the shadow moves and figure out what they really do.
So you can see what's throw and vulnerable, what's projectile and vulnerable.
There might be easier ways to do that if you're not as in tune to hitboxes.
So this might blow your mind.
Every single attack will have its frame data available in the dojo. So standing medium kick.
Wait, hold on. So I see the hash marks, the slashes. So is that startup, active, and recovery?
Correct. Exactly. Wow. And then below it is the advantage on hit and on block.
That's a static difference for both hit and block?
Yeah. So.
The numbers, people.
Probably one of Jago's. Rich loves this move, but the close medium kick.
Yeah.
+4 on hit. Very good.
Show me. We were talking about this before. Show me light laser blade.
Light laser blade. So but the linker property will be different. So recovers in 21 frames, very fast. And then another cool thing is when you do shadow moves, you'll see attack property, throw, and vulnerable.
But if we can go back to doing the linker version of the shadow. So that's +3 on hit.
Yes.
So that's why I was saying for the reset before, you hit that and you got 3. Oh, that's so good. so good. Like I can see like I'm gonna want to go into this and find out like what the best linkers for like resets are, and oh my god.
Lab time is going to have sort of new meanings now. So.
Yeah, this is really sick, guys. So
Hard
I see
knockdown.
hard knockdown, right? So sweeps are hard knockdowns. Throws are obviously hard
Throws
knockdowns.
are hard knockdowns
That's typical
also.
Street Fighter stuff. Are there any other moves that cause a hard knockdown outside of that, or not?
Some special moves, for instance, Jago's ankle slicer, if you're not aware, is actually a hard knockdown.
Oh, nice, cool.
A couple moves have that property.
Well, sweet. Do you guys want to hop back in and see some more Orchid? Do we need to cover anything else on Dojo?
There's one more thing about practice that I wanted to ask, just because I saw. You can jump back into it for a second. Right, display combo state. What I wanted to ask you, in the past, in the screen before, there's a very common setting which is for counter hit.
Yes.
What is this is a thing about fighting games that a lot of fighters kind of work away from. They don't really do a lot with. What are the properties of counter hits in this game? Like, are there counter hit only combos?
That's a really good question.
So, great question. Counter hits give two benefits. First, they add additional frames on hit.
Right.
So,
Okay.
a light, for instance, gives you +2 if it's on counter hit,
Okay.
+3 for mediums, +4 for heavies, +6 for specials. So, if you get a counter hit on a special, you can manual into pretty much anything.
Cool, nice.
And the other thing it does is it increases the damage, generally around 25 to 50%.
And does it increase that damage just for that first hit?
Just
of the
for the
combo?
initial hit.
Okay, cool.
So, for instance, counter hit air attacks will do, pretty chunky damage.
Cool. I just wanted to know. So, but it sounds like there are counter hit only combos where if I hit like a counter hit standing hard punch or something,
like
I might
a
be
counter hit close medium kick will grant me more frames to do
This is a perfect example of close medium kick into that combos, and it would not combo and outside of counter hit. So.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. There's actually like counter hit exclusive links.
Yeah.
Stuff. That's cool.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
The filthy combo.
Yeah.
Maybe one last thing should we show? I don't think. Oh, sorry. We should show here.
Show it.
Is
whatever it is.
CPU recording.
Yes. Nice. Awesome.
So we'll just do a couple of these, and then you go back and go playback, and now they'll play back. So you can get. For instance, for me, I want to learn how to shadow counter this every single time.
Sure,
so
absolutely.
I'm just going to have them do a couple of these, and then
Nice.
you can just practice over and over. So you can learn how to sort of, counter any attack that you've seen people do.
Which is good because especially with some of the nasty setups you can come up with in this game, it would be great to like replicate them, record them.
Absolutely.
And then,
so figure out like, hey, is this really hard to block? Is it an actual mix-up? And
I can see right now.
record functionality is just one of those. It's the go-to these days for a lot of the hardcore players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we recognize that. Why not? Let's rock.
Because I know against Sadira, her instinct mode where she puts out those web traps, there's some really dirty setups with the web traps. I'm going to want to lab those. And
Absolutely.
I'm going to want to record myself doing those and then just sit there for 20 minutes, an hour, hours, just finding out the best ways to blow them up. Cool, awesome. Thanks for showing us that, guys.
Well, thanks so much for showing us.